Puddles in the morning, puddles in the evening, puddles in the afternoon. Well, I'm a puddle boy and she's a puddle girl. The Puddles podcast is starting real soon.
All right, welcome to Puddles. It's your host, Andrew Collin, joined by your co-host,
Brenna. Collin.
Yeah. Are we ever going to change it? Probably not.
No, I'm never going to change my last name. Let's be real.
Next husband.
I looked up what I had to do, and I was like, no.
Too much?
Just too much for me right now. Maybe in the new year.
Yeah, it's a lot, I don't know why everything is so much paperwork. It's like,
yeah.
Can't we just feel it and then just change it on Instagram and that's official?
Well, part of the problem is I have to get a new license anyway, and then I need to get a new passport anyways. So I'm like, I just don't want to do it.
Yeah, I don't blame you. There's no pressure on this side. You know that, but
yeah,
I'm not a real man until you do it.
And I'm not an honest woman.
Yeah, you're just a lying little whore. A little whore. I'm a whore. Everyone's a whore.
A whore?
You're a little whore.
Have you ever been a whore?
Have I been a whore?
Were you a whore in your 20s?
I wish. I've had whore phases for about an hour and a half.
You've done whorish things, but...
Horrible things, yeah.
My favorite horror part story, whatever, of you is when you tried to have a foursome.
Fivesome.
A fivesome, and then you went to the bathroom and came alone. Because he was too anxious.
But
that's my favorite story ever.
I'm such an alpha male. There's nothing more alpha.
It came in your hand.
There's nothing more alpha than just coming from your own man hand.
You were like,
rather than three women.
You were like, this is too hot for me. I actually need to be alone and look at my own tits.
Yeah, a lot of people say I'm a beta bitch for coming by myself in the bathroom. They're seeing the story all wrong. So what happened was me and my buddy, we had sex, or we didn't have sex. He had sex with three women, and we met up at my dad's house.
Ew, this was at your dad's?
Yeah, in my little brother's room, looking at his NASCAR poster.
Does your dad know this?
Huh?
Does your dad know this?
Yeah, he was there. Who was filming?
He's gonna know now.
He knows. I mean, I think he'd be happy for your boy until he heard the end of the story. I think he'd be proud of me. Being all tough and fivesome like an alpha. That's what I just keep saying this show, because I feel like,
it's like
alpha male is where it needs to be to really move the needle in the podcast world. You got to be fucking alpha. So we had the three girls. My buddy was hooking up with the one before, so he already had that going. And so he was on the floor hooking up with two of them. And then I was kissing the girl, and I realized I couldn't get an erection.
Were you not into her, or were you just too nervous?
I was too nervous. There was so much pressure.
I've never known a guy to be like, yeah, I was kissing this naked girl, but I just wasn't into her, so I had to leave.
I just my ADD. I think I was kissing her while looking at the floor and seeing how good he was doing, and I was yeah, there was a lot of pressure. But I'm an alpha male, so
yeah, you had to be the only one there.
Yeah.
Too alpha to share.
I was so alpha, I was pissed he had the other two.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah. So I was just being my penis was being beta. I wasn't. my soft dick was beta.
Yeah.
So
beta fish.
Yeah, a little beta fish that they die so quick, like my dick did.
They just sit there in the water and stare at the plastic fishbowl wall and PetSmart and watch people go by and look at them and feel sad for them and still not buy them, or they do, and then make them fight each other. That's your penis. People just feel bad for it, but they never take it home.
You married me, you idiot. Yo.
Horrible.
Hello.
Okay, what?
No, so then, I just watched him on the floor, and he had one on his face and one riding him, and they're both
wow.
What
friend is this?
Kelly.
Why did I know that? I just knew.
Well, he's a little freak.
Do you guys ever reminisce about that?
Yeah, I think he probably has a trophy up on his wall that he talks about. Yeah, I mean, this was the highlight of his life. You know, that's every man's dream. 3 women, your buddy, you know, just a couple bros hanging out with 3 ladies.
So you left?
I left, and before I even got into the bathroom, the girl I was hooking up with got on his hand. So he had
like
one on his hand.
Down on
yeah,
it?
yeah, just like a
like
a
was
nice
he like
meal.
This? Like
yeah, he was like a nice he was holding a Chili's like fajita
with his fingers
plate.
in it?
Huh?
With his fingers?
I mean, I would assume I don't know, it was dark in there. I would assume they disappeared in there. I couldn't really see him. All I saw was like him giving me a thumbs up, like Bob Dole or whatever. Yeah, he was just in I couldn't see him. One, it was dark. He had 3 women on top of him, all yelling his name and like rotating on him. And I was just like, all right, well, I'm going to go in the bathroom and figure my stuff out. And I could hear them all moaning.
Oh, so it turned you on.
No, if anything, I was like, he's got it. I was like, I think a new OC's on downstairs. You know, it's my dad's house, so the fridge is packed. So I'm thinking about what's in that fridge, get myself a nice Hot Pocket. There were some Hot Pockets in there. There were 3 Hot Pockets in there.
Hot Pockets after a failed fivesome?
Well, I was in there.
That's what you need, some comfort food.
I sat on the bathroom. Well, first I was in the mirror. I was like, get your shit together, dude. Come on, man. Step up. And then I got on the toilet, and I was like, all right, I'll just start in here, and then I'll work my stuff up to get in there. And I came. I don't know how it happened. I just came. I don't even think I was hard. I still think about it to this day. I was like, I don't think I had a hard on. I don't know how it happened. Yeah, it was like the 9th wonder. There's the Sphinx and me coming without a hard penis. I think it was a defense mechanism. You know, like when when a lizard spits or whatever, like those animals that spit before I spit to save myself. The embarrassment of going back. There was just too much pressure, man.
And also, like, what are you going to do? Like, go back in there and take one of them off of Kelly?
Yeah, that's true, too. Also, it's like...
Yeah, and like, what if they don't want to go with you?
Oh, well, yeah. And then now at least I have control of the story. You know what I mean? Like, I could be like, no, I just wasn't feeling it. Rather than going back in there and not being able to perform would have been, God, Mango loves that chord. No, let's get him away from it. Mango loves going after the one chord that matters. He's terrible, this cat. This fucking cat. We got him, my cousin Ollie was very nice. And if Brenna doesn't talk as much, it's not because Trump won and I'm not letting her speak. It's she's sick.
It's the patriarchy. That's why I'm not speaking.
It's not the patriarchy. She really is. She has the pneumonia, which, you know, I don't know. So yeah, she coughs. She's been coughing a lot, which makes our apartment really small. But Mango, we got him. Our cat, our cousin Ollie was nice enough to get him. What do we call it? Food, like fucking actual prescription food, because he's been bleeding out his dick.
It's like if cats have urinary problems, it's like prescription urinary food. Yeah.
So half of my wedding, I was talking to my cousin Ollie before the wedding and just being like, she's a veterinarian. She's not just some lady.
Yeah. You're like, Ollie, what's your opinion?
What's your opinion on our fucking, our cat's dick spraying blood? Well, so she said, do you feed him hard food? And that's pretty much all we've been feeding him. He loves a hard snack.
I try to give him wet food. He eats little soup broths with dinner, but apparently not enough.
Yeah, he's not feeling the
new food.
He licks the broth.
But he doesn't have... He has a problem with texture, but he doesn't have an option, because if somebody is sending us free prescription food...
Yeah, the best food
for
on the market.
A year?
Yeah.
He's fucking... I'm sorry. That's what you're eating, bitch. You're eating turkey, gravy, meat, whatever for the next 12 months.
Now, I get it. If you were like my 10-year-old boy and we were a meat-eating steak, pizza, pepperoni family, and then one of our cousins goes, hey, That kid's gonna die of obesity at 14. Let's put him on a vegetarian diet. I'll send you the vegetables all year. You don't ever have to spend money. That kid, first week, he's like, are you? I'm eating fucking carrots, and I've been having fucking Hot Pockets and pizza rolls. So I get it. I get why but he's a cat.
No, but it's better food. That's the thing. It's better. More
That's true.
food.
Yeah, that's a good point
so
too.
So he's being a little bitch about it.
Yeah, honestly, he's kind of been eating carrots, and now we're giving him.
No, he's been eating chips and crackers.
Yeah.
That's what they say. Like dry cat food is like, it's like eating like it's all carbs.
Gotcha.
And now he's eating protein.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. So now he's on the keto diet.
Yeah.
Carnivore diet. Literally the diet you would think he'd be so fucking thorough. I don't understand cats, and like the food is there.
Mm-hmm.
Like you go in the trash. A cat would, if he was outside, he'd go in the trash. He eats flies.
Yeah, he does.
We're talking about a fucking moron. But when it comes to this food that's like deluxe, he just
licks all the gravy off of it and doesn't eat the chunks.
Yeah.
I'm so over him.
Yeah.
No, you know what the problem is? There's something on my computer screen scrolling, and he thinks it's like a toy. So he wants to eat my computer screen. Just relax, babes.
Got you. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we turn that? But yeah, there we go.
Perfect.
Oh, see? Man. Yeah. Our whole life has revolved. Even our podcast, he fucking takes it over. I mean, I don't know. He's fine. He's fine.
He's an angel.
But yeah, so I came alone, and you know, we I fucking hate him right now. All right, maybe we have to put him in the bathroom. I don't know. We might have to. No,
it's fine. It's fine, guys.
Our bed is low. He's fine. He landed on his.
Don't pretend like you never throw him.
Oh, I love throwing him. It's my favorite thing. You can't throw short people anymore, so I throw cats. Apparently, you can't do that anymore. But yeah, so we were gonna, we talked. We got so much great feedback about our wedding. Talking about last week, I'm sure people are probably like, okay, enough about the wedding.
We're not gonna talk about it anymore. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I don't really want to talk about it either. We went to Taylor Swift concert. We did a honeymoon, and now we're here.
When we were on our honeymoon, we were staying in a hotel that weirdly was on a road called Collins Ave, which is very weird if you ask me. But one night we were sitting inside of our hotel room, and we looked out the. You got it.
I got it. No more talking for you. That's enough. You know you only get 30 words. Oh God. Yeah, so we were in the hotel room, and Brenna really does have pneumonia. It's been insane. Like, I really think she's dying. She has like a plague.
Yeah, my chest, like, it rattles when I. No, I'm kidding. But like when I breathe in.
You're not kidding though.
It's
really
I
bad.
have I have the death rattle.
Yeah,
in my chest.
Yeah. Which is really hot. Like after you get married and you're like, we're gonna fuck so much.
We haven't been able to have as much sex as we would like. I had a fever for 4 days. I'll tell you something that's very sexy though. You taking care of me. Even when I was like,
glad one of us is turned on by it. Because I swear I've been to CVS 45 times. I had to call in the doctors. I get you fucking prescribe. When I hit him up, I'm gonna be dying. He's gonna be like, nah, dude, I'm not doing any more favors.
But you step into it like I don't have to ask you. Like, you do love to take care of me. It's sweet. Like,
yeah,
I'm like dying, and I'm trying to get up to like make myself some hot water. I'm like getting up, and Andrew's like, no, I'll get it. I'll make it. You lay down. Like, he drove me to work the other day when I didn't have the energy and waited for me for hours, the entire day.
And I drove back, got your drugs, came back.
You're very sweet. I mean, obviously, you're my husband. You're going to do that, but, like, you don't have to. Well, you do, but you know.
Yeah, what if I didn't do it?
That would be insane. Annulment, immediate annulment. But you go the extra mile is what I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, look.
And you never make me feel bad about it. You never are like, ugh, like you're just so sweet about it. And like, you're like, you don't need to apologize. Like, I'm here to help you. It's really...
I do think if we had a bigger apartment, I would have just went in the other room. I think part of it is you're coughing so much. I'm like, you know, what sounds nice is quiet at CVS. I could use a minute to myself of not hearing someone with Ebola, because I'm a little bit of a hypochondriac myself.
Yeah,
a little bit. It used to be way worse. But yeah.
Dude, I think Mango's fat.
Well, he won't be after this fucking month.
Anyways.
Yeah, so we were in the hotel room. We had this whole idea to go to Key West for our honeymoon, to rent a car, to do this like fun adventure. But after the tornado and the hurricane and moving the we were just tired. A wedding is exhausting, and we didn't want to go and try to rent a car. It's always an annoying experience. But so we ended up staying in this hotel in Sunny Isles, which is north of Miami, south of Fort Lauderdale. I don't even understand what it is. I guess it's kind of nice because there are nice apartments around there. There's just nothing to do. But well, yeah. Anyhow, we're sitting there, and I'm on the balcony, and I look over at the apartment or the hotel next to us. No, it's an apartment building, and it's one of the cheaper ones. It was there was like some insane apartment. I mean, it was nice. It was on the ocean, but
you can tell.
There was like construction going on a lot, which they didn't tell you when you rent your hotel room how much. So we look over, and this woman is filming like for like an I don't know. She was doing like her own photo shoot. And at first I was like, okay, maybe we shouldn't watch this, but there's nothing to do in Sunny Isles. So I go, Brenna, you got to see this. And I don't know. I guess it's a peeping Tom. I don't know if it's against the law.
Her blinds were wide open.
That's true too.
She had her fucking window open. She knows she lives across from a hotel.
That's a good point.
So first she's like taking photos of her in her lingerie, and then she's like bouncing up and down, like POV bouncing up and down. And then she's like you could tell she's videoing herself like full on. Did she ever get fully naked?
When you fell asleep, when I was up when I was up for the next hour and a half, yeah, she did.
Did you come in your hand?
I did, because I'm an alpha male. I came on the balcony on top of some other beta bitch's head because I'm alpha.
We got a little too into it though. We like turned off our lights so we could see better, and we were just like, what is she up to? Yeah,
it was I think at one point you brought your phone out so you could zoom.
You weren't supposed to say that.
Oh, is that illegal? You didn't film it.
No, I just wanted to be able to see better. So
I think when you're a couple,
my camera out, and zoom in so I can watch it from my screen instead of with my eyes.
Yeah,
but I didn't record it.
It would have been so funny if I like followed that girl on OnlyFans. I was like, you know what? I'll just pull it up. And we are watching her fucking some guy. I felt like at first she was like sending it to a guy to like try to get him to come over. That's what I was seeing. And then it just turned into a full on performance. And I don't think it turned us on. I think we were kind of watching it like we were at the zoo.
Yeah, no, I didn't get turned on at all.
No, not even a little bit. Yeah, I guess, I don't know. When you're a couple, you gotta watch. It's fun to watch those things. It would be creepier if I was alone and watching like, ugh.
Ew, I would be so mad.
There's a difference of like a peeping Tom and like
mad.
Oh, if I was,
I would be so mad.
Yeah, but together it cancels out
because
it's not horny anymore.
Yeah, I'm not cool enough to be like, it's fine, babe.
Oh yeah, I mean it'd be weird if you told me some jack dude was jacking his big old hammer and you were like, oh, it's on the balcony for an hour and a half just watching. Just fucking broke out old fucking Raina. Or the fucking, yeah.
What? That doesn't sound right out of context.
That's a good point. Raina is a sex toy that we got.
Not our friend.
Not our friend.
It is also our friend, but we have a sex toy that's named after her.
Yeah. It is weird how far I've come from like going to a sex store to buy that penis pump and being so nervous to having a friend named Raina who gave us a sex toy named the Raina who I bang my wife with while watching a woman bang herself on a balcony on the other end. Like, I've come along. We've come
You're
a long
so,
way.
like, sexually open,
I'm
Andrew.
so progressive. I mean, that was probably the highlight of the trip. And
That
then...
was the highlight? That was the fucking highlight?
I don't know. I felt like I had to come. We took time off her, so I had to come in hot.
All right,
It
whatever.
wasn't the highlight.
I don't even care.
It's
I don't
not.
even care.
Watching another woman play with herself was not the highlight of the honeymoon. The highlight was the spinach artichoke dip at Hillstone.
Whatever.
We went to Bell Harbor.
Nobody cares. Can we talk about something else?
Okay.
I'm so sick of talking about our fucking honeymoon and our wedding.
All right. What do you want to talk about?
Literally anything else.
All right. We just never have anything else to talk about.
I could just cough into the microphone for the next 7 minutes. Everybody can listen how much fucking phlegm I have. By the way, have you ever been so sick that you literally cough up a spongy ball of mucus? Because I've been doing that for the last 3 mornings. It's kind of satisfying.
For who?
Me.
It is.
And I picked one up and touched it to feel how I felt. It's spongy. Yeah, it's cute. It's like a little like cloud living in my body. And then I just
This is why we talk about the wedding. Because it's either that or you just admitted to spitting out boogers. And not only that, treating it like it's a pet.
Dude, it is. It's like one of those little, you know, those like little like jelly ball things, like those stress balls. It was so interesting the way it sticks together, but it's like chunky.
Man, you saying this like you're like a scientist.
I love.
Like you're doing research.
I love just stuff that comes out of the body, aside from blood. I don't like blood.
All right, welcome back.
Time for Snews.
So Snews is some news articles. I feel like if no one's ever listened.
Oh, we call it Snooze because it's sleepy news.
Sleepy news.
Yeah, it started out really boring.
Yeah, we've it's evolved, but we like it. Snooze.
Yeah. All right. So Mel.
Fans began to speculate that Zach Bryan and Brianna Chickenfry had called it quits after screenshots of Bryan's profile on Raya circulated on social media. Chickenfry said Bryan offered her $12 million if she signed an NDA swearing not to talk about their relationship or breakup. She continued claiming he was emotionally abusive and said, "I'm not signing away my experiences and what I went through to protect someone that hurt me, and I'm a lot stronger than a weak man. Fuck you and fuck your money." What are your takes on the situation, and do you like Dave Portnoy and Josh Richards' diss track?
Woo. I don't know. $12 million is a lot of money. You know what I mean? Like $12 million. You could, you would never have to, you could pretty much never work again. And I don't know. I think you have to decide, is fame more important than money, or is your integrity? I think I would, if you abused me and then broke up with me, I think I would.
Dude, it's so funny.
Like
to think about
30
me
grand,
abusing you.
like 30, you offer me 30 G's, I'd be like, yeah, I don't really want to even talk about it. Like, it's just like, but there's a lot of money. There's a lot of views she will get. It will only, like, obviously she's been like, getting so much attention from like not doing it. She'll probably make, I would say she'll make $2 million just off of the relationship, and then now being like, so she'll make money off of this. Also, yes, you shouldn't have someone buy your silence. That's obviously horrible.
I think it's pretty badass that she didn't take the money.
Yeah.
And it sounds like he put her through hell. if I had to guess, I think he was physically abusive. Coming from somebody who's been in that situation before, there's no doubt in my mind that there was like a physical aspect.
She's definitely not. Yeah, she definitely hinted at that. There's all these conspiracies. It's interesting. Like if you're on TikTok, it's either the election or Zach Bryan.
Right.
Like she had her nose broken and she blamed the dog.
I didn't listen to the diss track because I don't really care. It's just like a classic, like Dave Portnoy, like trying to make money off of other people's backs. Like that's kind of like his whole thing, right? Or other people's drama. But I think it like maybe there's a part of it that they wanted to support her in that way, and it was fun and whatever. But I don't really care enough to listen to it.
Yeah, I heard some of it. It also got taken down because apparently Josh Richards had. I can't believe I'm even saying Josh Richards' name out loud. But yeah, he.
For what it's worth, I have no idea who that is.
Yeah. So whatever. Long story short, like Dave Portnoy, he loves getting views. He loves being in the middle of shit. He's using this story to build his brand. Does he really care? I don't know. He's been accused of shit in the past. He also supports Trump. Whatever you want to say about Trump, he
a woman abuser.
Yeah, he's been liable. So the irony
is
rich. It's definitely hypocritical because you're supporting someone that's close to you, but not thousands of other women that are not close to you. So when it hits your home, you're like, oh, I fucking care.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a little, it is what it is. Is it that deep? I don't know. I mean, I think, post-election, I think people were not, I think Zach Bryan, it's interesting because like Harvey Weinstein got caught sexually assaulting people, and then it started the whole Me Too movement, and like someone like Louis C.K. then got destroyed because of Harvey. Like it just kept going, and I think Trump, like he won the election, but now Zach Bryan is coming out as an abuser, and if you hated Trump, oh boy, are you gonna fucking hate Zach Bryan? Like he's like it couldn't have been a worse time for him to come out as any kind of abuser post this election. Like it really is the worst time for him. I'm not feel bad for him. I mean, he's a piece of shit, but yeah, it's just it is interesting how like people, I feel like even people that give Trump a pass are like talking so much shit about him. And so I don't know, it's all confusing. Whatever. It's just like I hate that it's like so emotionally driven, but it just is. Like this whole election was a lot for people.
And I don't like when people are like, you're gonna delete me based off of fucking my political views, and it's just like it's more than like political, like it's like moral, and like I probably don't like listen, I'm not gonna like get rid of everybody in my life that voted for Trump, but if I already don't really care about you, yeah, I'm deleting you. Like it's just another reason for me to be like, okay, bye. Like I don't know. There's people close to me I know voted for them, and I honestly like can't even like get into the conversation with them because it's not going to end well. But it is like a question of morals, and like I just don't like that people, and I don't think that election should be this personal and emotional. I don't want to like, you had a joke about this where I'm like, I don't want to hear like what my president, like I don't want to know. I don't want to hear about my president every day in the news. Like just do your job. Like I wish it wasn't this way, but it is, and like whatever. Like I don't know, but I just hate that whole like, you're such a pussy, you're gonna delete me. Yeah, you suck. You fucking suck. I don't like the way that you think. I literally have somebody in my life, they're openly transphobic, but if I deleted them, they'd be like, really? You're such a babe. You're being such a baby. Oh, you're such a baby. Why? What?
Yeah.
Such a liberal pussy.
Yeah, like No, you're just like a bad person. Like it has nothing to do with politics, honestly. I think you just like are a hateful person. Like at the end of the day. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel a lot of those things. I do think like I've tried to I think initially it's only been but I was very emotionally I am emotionally driven by things. I think I do have conversations with people that did choose the other side, and I'm like, well, I'm trying to understand it more and be like, well, what can cause someone to overlook someone's flaws and weigh it out and then go, well, this is the decision I'm making based off of whatever it is. And some people feel that 70 million people feel that the country isn't what they want it to be. And people have other reasons than, I don't know. They just have reasons that like, I'm like, okay, well, all right, let me hear you out, because I don't think all of them have just this hatred and are racist. Or I think when you start calling, and they,
No, I'm talking about the people who are openly on my
agreed.
social media.
I'm not saying that. Yeah.
And have something to say about these things. But
yeah. So whatever. So I try to understand it and be like, okay, well, why isn't the message getting out to these young people from the Democrat side? And what do we, or what, it's not even we, because I feel like I really don't have, I don't give a fuck if you're a Democrat or Republican. I try to look at it like, okay, these are my,
I agree. Yeah.
this is what I'm looking for, not, so I listen to the different policies and whatever it is. And I want the country to be, if Trump did make it great, fantastic. Like, I really don't fucking care if the country's just better and people are getting along more, but I just don't see it happening. But if it did happen somehow, and somehow like his policies are better, even though he has like concepts of them. Like the problem is like we're on like Obamacare. Like that matters to us. Like the taxes under Kamala would be better for us, especially if we had a kid. Like there'd be tax credits. If we wanted to buy a house, there's credits for that, like for poorer people. And then it's just like, I don't know. So I just try not to, because I think what is happening, and it's so hard to be like, well, when they go low, we go high, whatever, all that bullshit. I think that when you start going, well, I'll write this person off for being this, then it's like they're going to be like defensive, and then they're going to vote for that other person. I don't know how else to do it though, because I think whatever media you watch, you're hearing what you want to hear. That's where we're at now. Mm-hmm. Like you could look at an apple and we see an apple completely different. Like with Elon Musk, he is this like he's got a $1 billion Tesla company. He fucking makes rockets that fly back and land on their own. Like it's cool as like it's like the cool for a guy. It's like, dude, that guy's my fucking hero. Mm-hmm. He takes companies. He's made them $1 billion companies. He's worth $200 billion. But he is, and then people will write him off on the left and be like, well, he's just an idiot. He's dumb. He's like, whatever. He's like, obviously the guy's fucking smart enough. And people see that and they go, well, this is what he'll do for our country. He'll be able to, because there is a lot of waste in our government. We have an overspending problem. So they look at him and they go, well, this is like a real businessman. Like Trump, although he's, he had 6 bankruptcies, but Elon, he's successful. He's going to come in. He's in Donald Trump's corner. And he's going to, and I get that. Like, I would love for him.
That's like all fine if people think that, but why is it like, I just would want somebody if somebody is voting for those reasons, why can't they also acknowledge that they did vote for somebody who did do these X, Y, and Z, and they are objectively a bad person by law? Like, but they aren't willing to admit that. It's like they won't let both of those things be true at the same time. Like,
I see what you're saying. I do think that for a lot of them, that is the case. He's just a fucking God figure. I do think the smarter people that did vote for him based off of these other things see that, they understand he's flawed, but they also understand that a lot of presidents have been flawed in other ways. But it's just not so. It's not like on the surface like Donald Trump is, or it's not like so much in their personal life, but what they've done with policy and stuff, and who they've killed in other countries and murdered millions of people, whatever. Like they see it, and they work in a business. When you work in business, there's so many flawed individuals, especially like on Wall Street, or like, you know, in any part of life. There's so many bosses that make millions of dollars, fucking have horribly flawed lives. So they just separate it. But they could go, okay, yeah, he is a piece of shit. He does treat women like shit. That being said, I do think that he'll be it, whatever, like he'll turn this country around, and that we do have problems. And then on top of that, people are calling them racist and homophobes and everything. And so they go, okay, well, I can't fucking, like, I'm not that. I don't see myself that way. And whatever. So, but like I was saying, so Elon, so they see him like this brilliant man that will turn the country around, and he's a fucking badass. And in some ways I see that. But then Elon buys Twitter for $40 billion to then put up a bunch of right-wing rhetoric that he complains that Twitter was like left-leaning and hiding things. And now X does the same shit with the right side, but because it's your side, it's good. And so he's been able to use Twitter and, you know, going on other like fucking alpha podcasts where they all suck his dick because he has $200 billion. He's the highest, you know, so other people to see Elon as like this person that has completely manipulated the system, and that he's only in it for himself to make money. And he already has made like $20 billion, his company, post-election. And now he'll have even more power, because at that point, it doesn't matter about money. You just want power and influence. So you see them as like a villain, you know? So it's like one person sees this dude as a complete villain who's a fucking piece of shit, who has like, he's not even from our country. He's literally was an illegal immigrant at one point. He comes into our country and he like completely, it's like Murdoch or whatever. And I don't know. I just feel like I'm like just.
But don't you think like he's kind of just like Trump is now just like a pawn? Like it's not even about Trump, and like it is, but it isn't. Like,
no, Trump ran to probably stay out of prison, and because he's an insane narcissist, and I do think part of him cares about America. I do think a very little bit of him actually. He's not, you know, Trump more than anyone gets like absolutely destroyed in the media and like picked apart. And at this point, I was saying to someone else, I was like, you know, he's just Grandpa Trump now. He's you know, when you would hear stories about how mean your grandpa was when he was a kid, and he'd like beat the shit out of you. Like you know, there was this horrible stories, and it's like you meet a grandpa, and he's like, to his grandkids, he's just Grandpa, Grandpa Joe. He gives me back rubs, and he's just so nice, you know. And that's what people are meeting now. They're meeting a 78-year-old man who can't even get hard anymore to abuse women. So it's just like you're meeting like, and I think that's what happens with, and he's a con man. And I think when he comes onto these podcasts and he's just like this nice old man who like, he could shoot the shit because he's been playing golf. He just hangs out. Like that's his whole thing. Then people get tricked by him. And at this point, he's, you know, he's fucking 80 years old. They're just meeting Grandpa. So I'm trying not to, it's just hard not to be emotional about it when people, you know, have been sexually abused, and how it's affected them, and how negative it is to them. And then you elect someone that has been liable of that. And then people then justify what he's did. Like, that's the thing too. You bring it up to someone, they're like, well, that case, you know, it was, you know, 30 years ago. And like, once you start using that language, it's like, okay, well, you know, it's just, I don't know. So.
What about?
What?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah.
I wasn't expecting, I guess, yeah.
I think it's great. You're very well educated on the topic.
I know like everything, like I know so much shit that I've never even like looked at, and maybe because I can learn in TikTok because my ADHD, and but I've listened to podcasts. I've listened to like right-wing podcasts to try to figure out why it matters. I've listened to, I don't know. There's just so many things where it's like we're in a world where you can go on ChatGPT or Google and find whatever you're saying. You can find an argument on the other side. Mm-hmm. But I feel like people don't even go that extra step. I just don't think they do, because it fits your narrative and whatever your narrative is. And
have you been able to look have you been researching anything about like the threat on women's rights?
Yeah.
Reproductive rights.
So that is went back to the States. That's their whole thing is like.
Has been with the States.
Yeah, it has been with the States, which, then you got to be like, well, why didn't Biden inherit? Because it's not easy to pass things. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's with the states, like depending on your state. Look, some states, it was on ballots, but like if you took Florida, for example, it was at 15 weeks, then it went to 6 weeks, and then they were shooting for 24 weeks. But
well, it's interesting that a lot of states that voted red did vote to like for abortion.
Yeah.
Like that was overturned in a few states, but like just the threat on like women's access to birth control.
Yeah, no, it's horrible. Like in certain states will be literally like only for rape and incest, if that. And women will be stuck if they have like certain kind of pregnancies where, what is it, ectopic,
yeah.
Or if they have,
well, there's so many
reasons why to save the mother you would have to get rid of the child, where you won't be able to do that, and time is of the essence of that, and women have been bleeding out and dying because they can't get access to that. But like take Florida, like you needed 60% of the vote, and they got 57%. So it's like, okay, we live in a democracy. It went over 50%, but you're not allowing it to happen. So, things like that, then you go, okay, well, then what the fuck? What's the argument with that? This is, so, yeah. So each state is different, but, it depends on what state you live in. And, I think there needs to be a national abortion, like 15 weeks we could agree on, or there's a certain time. I think they've backpedaled on that because they know, 43% of women voted for Trump. So, or 43% of white women voted for Trump. So, it's not nothing. So, like, I don't know why, other than, they see him. It's so, I don't know. There's so much to go. They see him as like traditional and conservative. The guy's had 3 wives and 6 different kids.
Gross.
And then Elon has 11 different kids by 6 different women. It's just like,
listen, if that's your type of guy, good luck. You're probably going to live a very miserable life.
Yeah.
Ugh. Disgusting.
So more snooze?
Oh shit. I mean, I don't even know.
We'll just do
I was like in a black hole.
Story.
Probably said like way too much. People are gonna be like, "Oh, thanks for your great opinions."
No, that was honestly very educated. It was. I appreciated your rant.
Well, it's interesting because like the economy is the stocks has never been higher. Dow's never been higher. Inflation is down to 2.6%. And then you say these things, and then the people go, "Well, actually, you don't really understand numbers. Like it's deeper than this." And I'm like, "Well, I don't." Whatever.
They just want, yeah. It's just if they have one point that they can argue against, it's like, well, you don't know that one, so I'm gonna get you there, and then they think they win.
It shouldn't be about winning, though. These conversations. Mm-hmm. And I've had some pretty good conversations with people that I know voted for Trump, where it's at least it's fucking like educational, where it's like, oh, here are the even if I don't agree with them, I can kind of be like, oh, they put thought into it, rather than Trump was at a UFC match and he's a hard ass who fucking is tough as nails. And it's like, you mean the draft dodger who fucking makes fun of soldiers for getting captured. Like, what are we talking about? Like, so if it's like somewhat researched and like it honestly is for the betterment of this country, I'll listen.
But just have some humility about it. Like, it's just, you don't have to be so like, this is like, I don't know. You don't have to be so much like Trump about it. Like, they're like mascots for him. It's like, we could have like, you can feel, I don't know. I hate when people are like such like, they're just like so like such nationalists about fucking Trump. Like it's a brand.
And it's like so
MAGA,
masculine
just
too.
like it's so icky. Like you can be Republican. I literally don't fucking care. But like just stop being so like, yeah, MAGA. Ooh.
It's so cheesy.
It's so lame. Get a personality.
I saw something where this comedian was like, it's gay to vote for Kamala. I'm like, it's gay to like women? I thought that was pretty funny. Mm-hmm. It's gay to like, want to like be there for women. No, it's not gay to love an old man who puts orange makeup on. Like, he's so ridiculous, dude. They drive like, I'll be on the road and there'll be a big pickup truck with a MAGA Trump flag, like cutting people off. And it's like, those are the kind of people that are like, okay, these are your people, man. These fucking losers. Mm-hmm. We were at that bar the other day in Florida and that dude was yelling at my family about that they voted for Kamala and that and he's like being so fucking aggressive. He never met any of us. And he like, I don't know, man.
Just assumed. Yeah.
So, but then they'll be like, well, on your side, you have people that are fucking don't,
and then
calling
there's like
us racist homophobes. So it's, I don't know.
I feel like there's like a large, and then just like younger white men who are voting for Trump, and they are voting for Trump because of the toxic masculinity aspect of it. Like, I think like younger voters are a lot more like socially motivated for like who they're voting for versus somebody like in your age group where they're like, okay, let's actually like break it down and like look at the policies and the numbers and stuff. But like,
no, it's become
like young men like voting for Trump and they're like, yeah, like your body, my choice, like just so toxic. And I saw something I thought was just kind of tickled me, or it was like, no, this is just a direct response to like the fact that younger women, like women in their 20s, are just outpacing men. They're more educated, more men, like men in that age group live at home than women. Like it's a direct response to them feeling insecure about how much better like women their age are doing than them, and like they just like cannot handle it.
Yeah, I think when they hear whatever that sentence was, and you're a young guy,
I mean, like,
they'll literally
I'm just saying statistically.
No,
like,
I know,
yeah.
no, I know. I'm just saying this is how insecure, and like they hear that and they go, well, fuck no, dude, I could bench 250. Yeah. I have a big truck. I got a gun. I fuck mad pussy, and I make sick money. Yeah, I live at home, but dude, that's like more of just like, I want to protect my fucking whatever.
But those are like the trolls on the internet.
No, these people are on the internet. They do think that they're speaking into a void that isn't real, that it won't come to get them.
Yeah, people are like, the internet has ruined people, and they just think that they can say whatever they want.
Yeah. Wait.
Yes, we're on a podcast. That's going on the internet tomorrow.
Listen, it's different.
Yeah. The difference is
I didn't vote for Trump. Actually, I didn't vote for anybody because I had pneumonia and a fever and couldn't get out of bed.
And we live in California, so we were fine. But if we lost by one vote.
Andrew was like, if we were still in Missouri, I would have rolled your ass out of bed and put you in the car. But
he would have bought a wheelchair just to roll you to the polls.
Yeah. I feel like the whole point of all this is like, if it was like Mitt Romney Or
That's what I'm saying. If it was fucking John McCain,
I wouldn't
Like-
care. Like, no, I don't give a fuck about any of these Like, I really don't. Like, if I have to pay an extra $1,000 in taxes, or if I have to, like, you know, pay another $50 in insurance, or my eggs go up $2, I don't give a fuck about any of, like, whoever you pick. Like, it's just like, I don't give a fuck. It's just like, why that orange fucking dumb fuck? Like, I don't care. Like, get behind a manly man who fucking can cut down trees with his cock and he fucking loves the red, white, and blue. I love this fucking country. I want this country to succeed. Like, I think there's a disconnect there where it's like, I don't give a fuck about any of that shit other than the fact that he is horrible and he gets a pass, and I don't understand why, and I never will. But that doesn't mean I don't want to have a beer with you, as long as you're not fucking being annoying and I just realized that you only voted based off of the most superficial bullshit ever.
Mm-hmm.
And we could kind of meet in the middle, brusky. That's all. On that note, I don't know. We might lose a bunch of followers or whatever. Who cares? I don't care anymore. Who gives a fuck? But please go to Patreon, Andrew and Brenna. Thanks.
Puddles. Everybody now puddles. Everybody get up because you get down and then everyone will come over here.